Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. As always, I'm your host, J2 John Jeremy, and last we left off, we had captured the Earl Dub of Fife, and he was one of our prisoners because of an attempted rebellion. He has already died in prison, so all we have left in prison is the Princess Goroch. Her husband, who we also imprisoned, has already died as well, and we will only have to deal with Roger soon enough. In the meantime, however, we have made a levy, a tax levy on our feudal vassals, which means they are more angry with us recently. And although opinion of many of them are high, the one that is not is, in fact, Earl Canik Buchanan of Buchan. And hopefully he will be the next to rebel, and we will be able to take his territory as well. Our sons are still unlanded. We can potentially give them our territories in Athol and Kapar, but as you can see right here, they are giving me a nice little tax increase here to almost 5 gold a month. I want to go ahead and keep them with me for as long as I can. And we do not have enough money to usurp a title, nor to create one for ourselves. In England, William has managed to write peace both the Duke of Kent and Norway, and it looks like Norway has actually managed to defeat Prince Magnus. I wonder how he managed to do that. No, it wasn't. He won. Okay. So when King Olaf dies, Magnus will become king. And the Duke Paul of Orkney, since he joined Prince Magnus, he is no longer rebelling. Although he may rebel just by himself for independence. Iceland is currently attacking Norway to depose King Olaf, but since it's Iceland, they will probably lose. And last but not least, over in Spain, a mess. Quite simply. So let's go ahead and continue. February 1st, 1081. Lancaster's attacking somewhere. Nope, just defending against the Welsh and Duke Bedford. I mentioned last video that we may consider going after Duke Goodrod in this video. And that will really depend on whether or not we can get a claim on Carrick. My son Domhnall is reminding me of my promise to grant him a fiefdom again. I've had it with your whining. And he greatly dislikes me once again. Because I broke my promise. Oh no. Do something about it, woman. Let's see here. Wales is actually doing a pretty good job right here of capturing Shrewsbury, although it looks like King William is ending the siege on Hereford, but Duke Harold of Bedford is attacking Wiltshire. William can't just get a break, and he's already, what, 52? 54 years old and infirm. So he won't last much longer. So it will all depend on Prince Robert, on what happens in England afterwards. It is now May. We have 38 gold. Let's go ahead and have ourselves. Actually, I will skip the fair. I will skip the fair because I want to go ahead and build something in Gowrie, and I need some gold for that. I need a lot of gold for that, actually. I need 100 gold. So no more wasteful spending. Africa. That's interesting. The Sultanate of Africa. Oh, the Byzantine Empire has expanded into... I guess this is... What would this be like? Libya? Tobruk. Yeah, this is like Libya, I think. Pretty sure. Probably wrong. I know this is Egypt. But they still have a lot of trouble over here where all their territories are. Everyone's in rebellion. Rebellion, I say. All quiet thus far. How are you doing, Sweden? King Stenkill. Another old man, 54. Once you hit like the 50s range, you can pretty much kiss your king goodbye. Very rarely does a king reach his 60s, even less so his 70s. So we're at 42, so we've got another good about 8 years with our king if nothing bad happens to him. But like I said, you never know when it comes to this game. Just like I always get wounded. Well, I used to always get wounded. Okay. Over here in the Holy Roman Empire, it seems like Lombardia and Toscana have rebelled against the Holy Roman Emperor in an attempt to gain their independence. Yep, Tuscan independence and Lombardian independence. Toscana also has Corsica. Interesting. Has the king died there? He did. The former Holy Roman Emperor has died, Heinrich IV, and now his son, Pieter of Heinrich, is now the emperor. Surprising, actually. Usually the title actually goes to somebody else in the empire, but this time around it went to his direct son. The other nobles can't be happy about that right now. It was an election, though. So Navarre has retaken Nigeria from Prince Ramiro, although Ramiro is still in control of that county. Beja is currently getting its ass handed to it by Valencia. And it looks like the territories are starting to slowly fall around Bedford. Fate smiles upon me, my wife is pregnant. Once again, I will now have my 8th child. And one child lacks a guardian, Ludmilla, who is the daughter of Duncan and Adeline. So she is my granddaughter. She requires an educator. And we shall have Jolanta educate her. Go have fun. Okay, so William the Conqueror, in his old age, has become incapable as well, which means there's a regent of England, and the regent is Prince Richard. Ah, Duke Robert of Oxford has died at the age of 27, and it was because he was maimed. So like I mentioned this in the last video, when you're maimed, it's pretty much a death sentence. Within the next 5 years, your character is going to die, I would say. So he is dead, and his heir is actually Duke Robert II, which was Robert I's only son. Now his regent is actually Prince Richard, who is the next son of King William, Richard may in fact try to kill Robert II. He does have a nice little spy master skill there. However, he is content. When you're content, you really don't make waves. So it looks like Duke Robert II will be king. However, since he's only 10, we still have 6 years for him to go before he comes of age. When King William dies, however, we'll be sure to see some more rebellions in England, I believe. Looks like there's a rebellion in Carrick. Yep. And because it's 718 men, I don't think that they have enough men for it. My son Duncan is now reminding me of my promise. And I have had it with his whining as well. He is going to be king. Shut up. And its opinion of me only drops to 23. Because he likes me anyway. So silence. Iceland's still here. I don't know why. He's also captured a county, a full county, from Norway. Surprising. While pondering over the guest list for the banquet, I wondered if I should invite one of my friends. I didn't know I was having a banquet. Apparently I am. Oh no, Mayor Patrick never showed up to my banquet. The bastard. Yeah, see, he's only sending 303 men against 718. He will not be victorious if he does that. It has come to my attention that the Chancellor of Argyll, George de Audchaten, has bribed and threatened his way through my domain, trying to get enough people to recognize a claim on my title that he has fabricated for his liege, Count Gilga Brigitte of Argyll. They better not use it. So the AI will also try and make claims on your territory as well, and in this case, Argyll is trying to make a claim, I would assume, on Atholl or Strathairn, and he has used the claim. He has claimed Atholl. Okay, so he believes that Atholl should be his, and we will potentially go to war for it shortly. Obviously, I'll kick his ass, because that's just what I do. We're nearly at 100 gold. Fantastic. $100 gold. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a guard quarters. Get some more men for Scone. Then after that, I may want to increase the, see, he should have done that before. Now it's too late. He's going to wind up losing all of his armies now because he didn't want to merge them ahead of time. Okay. Now he's doing the smart thing. So he'll have nearly 900 men. About 860 against 694. He should be able to survive that. Nope, not if he goes in there first. Survive it, but he'll lose more men because he gets a disadvantage for crossing a river. Or maybe he won't survive it. Not if he keeps taking losses like that. Oh, there you go. Now he's good. And down go the rebels. A daughter was born to King Malcolm the Just and Queen Consort Jolanta, named Nicola. Fantastic. So we have 3 daughters and 5 sons. Our line is strong. What's happened? Okay, Bedford, the Duke of Bedford, the original one, has died. Duke Harold I has died at the age of 57. And his son has now taken over. That is Duke Godwin of Bedford. And because his son was a earl in a different location, in Oxford, Oxford has now joined the war against England because, obviously, Godwin basically inherits the war from his father. King William is still alive, but still incapable. He will not recover. That is an automatic death sentence. It looks like Godwin is actually sieging the capital. Oh no! I forgot to raise his army levies. He's slowly starting to like me again, I assume. Yep. Bastard. Wasted a whole year doing that. Damn it. That is a Welsh army right there. Gwynedd. They have captured all of Hereford and all of Wiltshire. All of Shrewsbury. They have a war score right now of 30%. Okay, Beja is slowly shrinking. Still at war with Seville. Valencia is growing stronger. How's the rebellion here in Toscana? Going poorly. The Kaiser has occupied some territories here, but so has Toscana. And rebels are also affecting the Holy Roman Empire. France seems to be doing pretty well for itself. King Philippe is still king. A son was born to Prince Domnall of Scotland and Vela, named Kristin. That's a son's name? Okay. The Lords of Moray have approved the institution of the minimal cities tax law. Here we see the armies of England and Wales going at it. And it looks like Wales is down for the count. Yep. Unsurprising, really. Okay. What else we got going on in the world? The Byzantine Empire is still messed up. Hungary hasn't really been dealing with anything. Poland is still unified. Sweden, Norway, still King Olaf? Yep. But he has managed to take back Iceland. Another white piece. These guys like white pieces. See, when I fight a war, I fight to win. Dominate. Okay, Duke Gospatrick of Lothian has usurped the title Duchy of Northumberland from Duke Siegbert I of York. So, the title that the game told me we could usurp, one of our vassals has decided to usurp it for himself. And no doubt he will try to go ahead and attack Durham now. And a claim for that territory right there, which will increase the total domain of Scotland, but once again, it makes Duke Gospatrick more powerful. We could go ahead and claim it for him, and while King William is dealing with all this mess, we can go ahead and try and steal another piece of territory. And, in fact, you know what? Yeah. Now is the time to do so. Let's go ahead and rally our men. Total of 37-34. Off to Durham. Wait. Did I forget to declare war? I did. Can't do anything about that now. Disband the levies. Whoops. Now we can declare war. Ah, we cannot. I forgot about truce breaking. I mentioned before about truces. I think I mentioned before about truces and how they last 10 years. Well, our last war for Westmoreland was only 5 years ago, so we still have 5 years to go before we can go ahead and try to take Durham, or the truce automatically ends if King William dies. When King William dies, the truce is over no matter what. Or third option, Duke Gospatrick can try and take Durham by himself without the rest of Scotland's support. And we will raise his levies once again. Leon has rebelled once again from Castile. Duke Gonzalo, who is the son of Duke Pedro. And it looks like Brittany has also sees a rebellion of its own. In a civil war for elective monarchy. Elective monarchies are well loved by their vassals, because anybody can become king at that point. Bishop Eric has died. He's no longer court chaplain. And it looks like Lothian has decided to try and take on King Robert. King Robert has assumed the throne. King William the Conqueror has died in 17th of March. So theoretically speaking, we can join the war. We shall have Henry become our new court chaplain and head to Gowrie. But I think I'll actually go ahead and let Lothian take care of this himself, because it may weaken his own armies. And then I won't have to worry about mine. The rest of my armies, rather. Because he's still dealing with Wales, he's still dealing with Bedford. Norfolk's just sitting pretty there. Nope, he's actually attacking now. He's attacking against the tyranny of King William the Conqueror, and losing. So Duke Gospatrick has 736 men against whatever the English can bring up against him. A troubadour and his wife have arrived from Occitania. I can say I hope they do not write any satires about me. I can increase the opinion of Mayor Patrick. Or I can say it will be well paid. Do I have charitable already? I do. So I will just go ahead and increase the opinion of one of my vassals. A guard quarters has been built in Scone. Fantastic. So we gain more soldiers there. We'll go ahead and build a castle village next. Today my half-brother Waltheof asked me for a fief of his own to govern. Now Waltheof was working for England under King Harold, and he came to my court. And we're just going to tell him he's not ready. I'm not really interested in giving him a county of his own. He's not a direct line to me, so I can't play as him anyway. And the only reason he came to me is because he no longer had his own territory in England. Bishop Colin of Dunkeld has died at the age of 24. That is unfortunate. No. George the Earl has died at the age of 54. He was also incapable. Incapability comes just with old age. Either that or getting a really, really bad roll in a battle, and your head gets struck. So Lothian is doing a pretty good job right there. He hasn't seen any resistance from any English army. Okay, it looks like Asturias has rebelled against Castile as well. Duke Diego is trying to maintain his own independence. The Sultanate of Africa seems to have taken a bit of Italy. And Denmark is going to war against some pagans, but it looks like the pagans have invaded Denmark. Mecklenburg. Okay, Osroy might actually go ahead and attack Lothian here, since he's defending... Oh, he's not defending against us. Interesting. Lothian might have a free pass here. He's already captured St. Cuthbert. He's working on Durham now, and then he'll just have the city of Hartlepool to go. And the Princess Groch of Scotland has died at the age of 34. She was our last prisoner that was in our dungeon. And the only direct line from that line is her son, and the line for the prince here. A child requires a guardian. Peter, I'm just gonna call him Peter, requires a guardian, and he will have Colin. Go ahead, buddy. Okay, Duke Cospatrick of Lothian has died at the age of 43, so his son, Waltheof, the first of Lothian, has inherited his father's war against England. Just seems to be old age combined with stress. This may change the course of the war. I doubt it, but it may. We have not gotten a claim on Carrick yet. What's up? One child lacks a guardian. Prince Edgar lacks a guardian. He will have... You know what? Give it to me. I will be his guardian. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, the garrison for Durham is actually kind of large, and it is a castle, so it's going to take him longer. Her Siegbert is asking us to deal with an assassination attempt inside of our realm. Siegbert gets a claim on the county of Teviotdale. Earl Harold. What are you doing there, buddy? Earl Harold. Northumberland is ours, right? Yes. We can grant him a claim. We can send him to jail. We can say it's not my call. I will go ahead and jail. Messed up, man. You messed up. We'll go ahead and stop in March. I have 100 gold once again. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a castle village, increasing the tax income for our castle. Okay, so Durham has been captured. He's only working now on the city of Hartlepool. It is now the 1st of March, 1084. We have seen a new King of England in King Robert I of England. We have seen a new Duke of Lothian in Duke Waltheof. And for some reason, Bedford's still alive. Well, we've seen a new Duke of Bedford as well, so he's not really alive, but the rebellion is still alive. We are biding our time, basically, waiting until after Lothian takes Durham before we go ahead and move on to the Isles. But once that finishes, once he finishes with Durham, our next step will be to start invading these western territories that rightfully belong to Scotland. But that's next time. Until then, this is J Squared John Jeremy signing out, saying so long and take care.